again. So before I tell you a bit about micropulse laser, let me discuss a few cases in which this could be helpful. So the first case is of a 46-year-old lady who is a pseudophakic, and she's on irregular glaucoma medications for the last 3 years. And when she presented to us, her pressures were in the range of 50 millimeters of mercury, and she said, "No, I will not undergo any other glaucoma surgery." The second case is of a 25-year-old male who had a unilateral pathological myopia, who underwent an ICL implantation followed by a RD surgery. And after the RD surgery, he had a pressures of 32 millimeters of mercury, and he did not again want to undergo surgery. The third case is that of a 67-year-old gentleman with extensive peripheral corneal scar with pseudoexfoliation, and he stays alone. So he, in spite of the high pressures, he is unable to use his medicines properly, and he cannot undergo even the cataract surgery. He has a significant cataract in the left eye which has high pressures also. The fourth case is that of a neovascular glaucoma 62-year-old gentleman who is medically unfit for surgery due to systemic conditions, and he is on maximal medical therapy but still with uncontrolled pressures. The fifth case is that of a 39-year-old lady with a history of trauma and with a highly disturbed conjunctival and corneal anatomy with again raised pressures. So similar such cases, we have so many other cases in our practice who have been on long-term glaucoma medicines. So they are either allergic to the medicines, they can't use the medicines anymore, or they are non-compliant to medicines due to the work or other conditions, or they are at high risk of glaucoma surgery. Like one case we had, we took him up for surgery, and when we cut the conjunctiva, he was on anticoagulants, and he bled so much that we could not proceed further. We had to close down the conjunctiva, and then we did a laser in that patient. So the lasers available for us are of course, the transscleral cyclophotocoagulation, the endocytophotocoagulation, and more recently the micropulse laser. As we know, the TSCPC and the ECP are cyclodestructive procedures because they work by destroying the ciliary epithelium, and thus they inhibit the aqueous production. But the micropulse laser is a diode laser like the TSCPC, but with a difference. So what is the difference? In the micropulse, the laser is broken down into pulses, into short pulses. So there is an on time and there is an off time. So what happens with this off time? The thermal energy is dissipated. When the laser is off, the thermal energy does not build up, it is dissipated. So there is less pain, less inflammation, and of course less complications. And the machine we use is by the Iridex. It has a 31.3% duty cycle. That means the laser is on for 0.5 milliseconds and off for 1.1 millisecond. So this is a short video to show how the laser works, is done actually. There is a pars plana or P3 probe which is moved in a sweeping or a painting motion in the superior and inferior hemispheres for 80 seconds each. And this probe is kept about 1 to 2 millimeters behind the limbus, and all the cases are done under peribulbar block because the laser is targeting the ciliary body, so of course there will be pain. So, but it is a very short procedure, just 180 seconds for the whole procedure, and after the peribulbar block effect wanes off, the patient can open his eyes and return to his normal work. So that's how quick and short it is. So what is the principle? As I said, that the laser acts on the ciliary body, and what it does, it shrinks the and pulls up the longitudinal muscles so that the trabecular meshwork and the Schlemm's canal are pulled up. So the outflow channel, the normal drainage outflow channel of the aqueous is opened up. That's how it reduces the pressure. ये क्या हुआ? यहाँ पे नहीं आ रहा है on my computer. So this mechanism of action has been beautifully described by Murray Johnston in a paper, and you can see in this video how the ciliary muscles, longitudinal muscles are contracting. So when the laser is applied, you can see here, this is the laser probe, and you can see the muscles contracting, and the scleral spur is being pulled up when the muscles contract. So that's how the laser is working. And this movement is similar to the effect of the pilocarpine. So it's actually increasing the normal aqueous outflow channel. That's how the laser is working, and the ciliary epithelium is not involved as in the TSCPC. So it's not destroying the ciliary body in any way. So that's how it's working. Now coming to the literature review, the earlier studies when this micropulse laser was started way off by the Singapore Eye Center, Paul Chew, they have shown that this laser is reducing the IOP by about 30%, and this reduction in IOP is sustained over a period of 18 months. Also, they have shown that there are minimal to nil complications. There were no incidents of hypotony or phthisis bulbi even after 18 months of follow-up. So, but these studies were all done on refractory glaucoma patients. When they started off, they took eyes only with refractory glaucoma. But later on, investigators in the United States, they did on normal, moderate to severe glaucoma patients, and they have also shown good results with micropulse laser. You can see this is a decrease in of 30% decrease from a baseline of 25.6 millimeters of mercury to 18 millimeters of mercury. And Paul Chew and his team at the end of 6.5 years, they have recently published their results, and they have shown that the micropulse laser was still able to control or maintain the IOP reduction by 43% at the end of 6.5 years. Venkat et al. Have done this micropulse laser in eyes with good central vision, and they have concluded that it should be considered earlier in the management of glaucoma, and it could possibly afford an alternative to even incisional glaucoma surgeries. In our studies, we have shown about a 17% reduction in the IOP with a decrease in medication. So basically the advantages of this laser is it's a quick procedure. It just takes 160 seconds. It's very easy to perform. You just have to slide the probe in the superior and in the inferior hemisphere. It's a laser procedure. It's a non-invasive or non-incisional surgery. So if someone is scared of glaucoma or someone cannot undergo a surgery, he can be offered this laser. And it is minimally destructive. Because of the off time, it does not induce destruction as induced by the TSCPC. It can be done in eyes with good vision. It's a repeatable procedure. You can repeat the laser after 1 to 2 months. And it has minimal follow-up care. The next day, the patient is fine. So, where would I consider the micropulse? In whom the previous glaucoma therapy is not effective anymore, or the patient is non-compliant with medical therapy, or the patient is very old with other comorbid conditions and not fit for surgery. The patient has had multiple surgeries and is not keen on another surgery. Thank you.
Next.